Hey Scott, welcome to the Naupaka Terrace.
I hear you got some food kind of prepared for us.
Well, yeah, we fixed a few things up so you could take a look at them and kind of get your palate moving.
Okay, super. Yeah, show us.
All right, come this way.
Okay.
Well, we prepared a couple of things for you so you can
sure.
kind of check them out. If you look on the end there, we have our fish tacos that are found in the Shutter's Bar, and every night we sell about 8 million of them, and people just love to eat it. It's a nice sauteed fish that's got fresh vegetables, some nice red chili sauce. People just eat it up faster than we can put it on the table.
Yummy.
Next to that, we have our Ahi Poke tostada. And traditionally in Hawaii, we serve Ahi Poke, which is a raw fish mixed with Asian spice. But what we've done here is we've seared it quickly, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of still rare redness inside from the fresh fish. And then we use a little bit of Baja cabbage, which is kind of a spiced cabbage, and then a nice Asian guacamole. So we've kind of mixed and matched a little bit of south of the border and a little bit of Hawaii, and put it all together in this one dish. And next to that, we have our lihimoi ribs. This is a pork rib, St. Louis style. And what it is, lihimoi is a powder that's made in Hawaii, and it's kind of sweet and salty. And they use it on cracked seed and that type of thing. And what we do is we broil and smoke our ribs first, and we rub it really well with that lihimoi. And then we have a nice orange kind of sweet and sour sauce that we saute it in and get it nice and sticky and syrupy.
Okay, my mouth's watering.
Yeah, no, do it.
Do you have a napkin?
Next to that, we have crab cakes, which are basically traditional crab cakes, but what we do is we do kind of a Thai chili sauce, but it's creamed. So it has a little bit of sweetness. It's got some brown sugar in it too, so it kind of hits your palate, but the crab kind of gives you that musty, earthy taste, and so it all kind of mixes super well together. Next to that, we have our hoisin and monchong. It's a steamed fish, and monchong is found in the islands pretty readily. And what we do is we steam that in bamboo, and then we saute some vegetables with a little bit of our own hoisin mixture, and that's all infused into the fish and into the vegetables, and then we serve it on that nice bamboo mat.
Oh, I like that.
And now traditional, our filet with grilled vegetables. We have eggplant, the Filipino eggplant that's grown here on the islands. We also have zucchini that we get from island farms, and the asparagus that we get from the store.
Super.
So those three vegetables are served with our dinner, and then we make a house potato that has everything in the kitchen sink in there. We got bacon and sour cream and Parmesan cheese, and it's all mixed together in there. And we only use the finest USDA choice filet that comes all the way from the faraway mainland.
It all looks so good. Now, you also offer a buffet here as well? Is that
We do,
right? Tell
yes.
us about that.
We do a salad bar every night. So you order in this beautiful dining room, you get a salad bar with your dinner. Soup comes also with that salad bar. So it's actually a huge, huge meal and a great deal. On Saturdays, we do a seafood buffet where we have the load of seafood. We've got stuffed salmon, and we have crab legs, which not very many places on the island do anymore. But we are sticking by it, and we're still doing it. And a load of seafood salads, shrimp, mussels, poke.
Tell us about the breakfast buffet. I know I had one. I want your inspiration on that.
Well, you know, the breakfast buffet, we try to keep it light, healthy. So there's a lot of fresh fruit. There's a lot of things that are good for you. We have, you know, non-fat yogurt that we put fresh fruit in, and of course we have, you know, such an abundance of fruit here. The pineapple, the papaya that's grown on Kauai, which is the best papaya in the world, the sunrise papaya. And yeah, it's just oatmeal. We got it all.
That's super. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'd like to sit down, talk with you a little bit more, just about kind of your inspiration as a chef. And
sure.
Let's do that in a little bit. Before we sat down with Mark, we went back into his world where he and his team were preparing the first few orders for dinner that night, and it was quite the production.
I've been here for about 30 years, so I've went through the whole beginnings of the Pacific Rim cuisine and the Nouvelle cuisines and all of those things. So everything has kind of inspired me, but deep inside of me is a pastry chef that is begging to get out. So that's kind of my favorite thing is desserts and pastry. But so I spent a lot of time in the bake shop. We're one of the few hotels still that does our own Danish, our own croissants. We don't buy it. So we bake our own bread for the dining room. We do a lot of our things here from scratch, and a lot of that's just because the baker inside of me is just begging to come out. Well, a typical day here is much the same as it is anywhere else for a chef in a resort. I know you'd think that maybe it's different because we're in Hawaii and I get to do fun things, but to me, fun is being in the kitchen. So I get here about 6 o'clock in the morning, make my walkthroughs for the breakfast staff and the breakfast crew, and do my good mornings and have my coffee and do a little paperwork, and then I'm on the floor. I really enjoy being in the kitchen. I don't like the paperwork side of my job. So I'm either creating, or I'm correcting, or I'm developing new ideas, and my staff is very involved in that as well. So they are with me when I'm developing things, and they're giving me their ideas and their tastes, and so my day usually ends up finishing around 10 o'clock at night, but you know, there's breaks in between where, you know, of course, there's meetings and there's time. But if there's ever a little extra time in the afternoon, I'm in my one-man canoe and I'm going up the Wailua River. So, yeah, I always try to make it a full day either way.